Hi guys, right, so I've decided to be a little bit cheeky with this one. I'm going to kind of combine two of the stretch tasks. So I'm looking at the one where it's about creating a layered piece that's got a little bit more narrative. So obviously we've already had a look at our layered pieces. So our core work is obviously understanding that the colours will fade as they go away. And I've had a little play with watercolour and I've had a little play with my pencil. And I have to say, I actually think the pencil one's better than the watercolour one, but I get bored senseless drawing for that long, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to probably combine the two of them. My favourite medium, as all of you know, because I bang on about it all the time, is working with pen and with biro. That's just what suits me. So what I'll probably do is end up doing a bit of a mixed media piece. So I'm thinking I'll do my layers of colour using probably blue shades, and I'll explain why in a minute. I'll need a pencil because I'm going to need to sketch out what I'm doing, although you can probably pick out that I've already had a little bit of a plan. And then what I might do is I might use a little bit of one of my pens right at the very end, maybe to just scratch in a little bit of extra detail in there. But that's how it works. And here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm thinking about choosing a story to do as my narrative, mainly because it gives me a little bit of focus. So I've been looking at these books. These are ones that I read my kids quite often. Wind in the Willows is brilliant because if you look through these, it's already got some really beautiful little scenes that you can have a look at that have got this idea of the layering in there for you. Again with that one there. So a lot of them, not only can you see the skill set that you're learning anyway, sort of in action as it were, but you've got something that you can base your designs on. So have a little think about maybe having a look through some books, having a look through what you might want to be taking from them. So I was thinking about Wind in the Willows, so I was looking through that one. I also love this one, Alice in Wonderland by Emma Chichester Clarke. Obviously Lewis Carroll's the original, but what I really like about this one is obviously being arty-farty is going to be all of the illustrations. I just think they're absolutely stunning, the way that they've been done. So again, this idea of playing with the depth of field, she's got things overlapping and layering. She's got rooms as well as indoors and outdoors little scenes. So yeah, so I was having a little think, and then I just decided that what I really wanted to do was Little Red Riding Hood. I'd look online and there was just tons and tons of really nice ones on there, and that idea of sort of going back, if you have a look on that PowerPoint that I've given you, those examples, there's a gorgeous one of the woods, so I'm sort of returning to that a little bit, but the idea of having my Little Red Riding Hood in there right at the front and my wolf sneaking in there as well. It's me giving that idea of the chases, and it's like I've said in the task, it's about having narrative, about having a little bit more meaning to what we're doing. And then hopefully, if this turns out okay, what I'll do is I'm going to use this to then do the next stretch task, which will be the tunnel book. So I'm going to start painting. Now remember, with your watercolours, it is adding water, so the more water to pigment means the lighter that colour is going to be. You always work back to front. And you do that because at the end of the day, if you're trying to do something in the foreground here and then you're going round it, it's an absolute nightmare with those little lines. You want to have a slight layering. You want to have this background done and then to have an overlap. That's how it gives you that gorgeous sort of texture coming forward as well. And that's how you get depth, and that's how you get perspective in your imagery. So no further afield, I'm going to hopefully start doing this, and yep, it will work out. Okay, so not too bad. I'm just going to put a little title on it so that I remember why I did it. Oh, this is why you should always put your titles on first, isn't it? Okay, so here's my plan. What I'm thinking, like I said earlier, I'm going to combine. Well, actually, the idea was I was going to straight up copy this as a tunnel book. But I think to make it a little bit more zhuzhy, I'm thinking if I combine the two techniques, because realistically, this is what this is all about. It's about being able to show that you understand depth, that you understand the whole foreground, mid-background, background, similar to the way that we've got here. You've got your foreground, you've got your mid-grounds to your backgrounds, and it's shown through colour and it's shown through scale. I was just going to do a straight up copy of the Little Red Riding Hood because I was just going to use this as a stencil, if I'm honest, save myself a little bit of time. I might still do that, but what I'm also thinking I might do, just to be a little bit more creative, is to combine the story of Little Red Riding Hood with Milton Keynes. So there's been some quite decent theatre productions where they've made modern interpretations of fairy tales. So what I might do is look to combine somehow. Not sure yet. I will get cracking on some designs.